Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to James Draws Everything special Halloween edition. Continuing, we've been doing this all week, one a day, a Halloween themed movie poster. And today, it's the big one. Today is officially Halloween. So I was kind of going back and forth on this one. Was I going to do this movie? Was I not? And then something actually happened to me today, right? I guess you can say it was like a bit of an epiphany or a sign due to these crazy events. And after what happened, which of course I'm going to get to, I'm like, you know what? I got to do Halloween. I got to do John Carpenter's Halloween from 1978, an all-time classic, right? I was kind of going back and forth. I'm like, is this too obvious? Should I do this? Should I not? And I decided to do it because it is a John Carpenter movie. It is a classic, right? It's in the title, the name, Halloween, right? So you can't, guess you can't really do a Halloween themed Drawing Everything series without the big one, without Halloween, without Michael Myers. So let's get to it. All right, and I do. Another reason why I think I picked this one too is because I really like the movie poster, right? So it does have, it's iconic, of course. It's kind of got like a pumpkin, but the way the pumpkin is, it's kind of, a pumpkin's got like those, what do you call them, like ridges, or I don't know, but they're kind of like angled off to look like they're like a demon's like teeth or something into the shadow. So cool design choice for the movie poster. And again, this is a John Carpenter movie, so it's not schlock, right? It's not like a Friday the 13th. A little more sophisticated than that movie, but it actually came out before too, I think, right? Because the first Friday the 13th were not until the 80s, if I'm not mistaken, which I could be, but I don't think I am. All right, so I just want to do a real quick pencil outline here to get everything going, and then we'll get down to it here. Okay, so actually, let me just bring this knife a little bit more to an angle. Pump up that fist of fury just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, some raw knuckles there. Okay, just clean up my mess. So Halloween, today is Halloween. The movie Halloween, it's about a guy, Michael Myers, right? So Michael Myers, kind of one of those iconic Halloween characters. So Michael Myers, he's institutionalized as a little kid, right? I think what is it? He killed I think it was his sister, right, on Halloween. So he goes into like a mental institution. He's got this guy who's kind of taking care of him, this Dr. Loomis, right? So Dr. Loomis is like your typical, like a psychiatrist, quack, whatever you want to call him. So he's he's very familiar with Michael, and when Michael kind of breaks out of his confinement and kind of goes on a tear, Dr. Loomis knows that he's got to go save the day. And yeah, I think it takes place in like a town in Illinois, and it's actually Jamie Lee Curtis's debut in this movie. She plays like I forget the name of the character, but she's a high school student that Michael Myers is kind of stalking. And then Halloween, of course, not much of a budget, right? And it was a successful movie. So if you don't spend a lot of money and you make a lot on the movie, that's always good. So they did make a whole bunch of sequels. They made a bunch of remakes. And I remember she was actually in like one of the much later remakes, like when she's like an adult or something. And yeah, it's been a really long time since I've seen those. Remember like Rob Zombie, of all people, I think did one too, and it was almost like, it was kind of weird because I think it was like pretty much like an exact remake of that original. So yeah, usually when you see remakes, they change things up a bit, but yeah, that was kind of, I don't know, it's almost like, what's the point? Like if you're just gonna completely redo the movie. I was never really a big fan of a lot of his stuff though. So anyways, another reason why this movie I think is so iconic, it's got to be due to that score, right? The movie has an awesome iconic soundtrack, right? So you know, all these movie killers, movie monsters too, they kind of get their own theme songs, right? Godzilla had that do 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 do, like way back in the 50s. And then Michael Myers for Halloween, he's got that do 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 do, right? That creepy little piano theme. It's a mark of a good movie if it's got a real memorable soundtrack, right? So all the successive Halloween movies that are in the franchise, they all had that too. And with the Halloween franchise, you know, a lot of remakes, a lot of sequels, but they never got as cheesy as like some of the other stuff, right? I don't think they ever did like Michael Myers meets the Wolfman or Freddy versus Michael Myers. Somebody can probably correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Michael Myers ever went into outer space or anything like that, right? They always kind of kept it grounded, told the story. Yeah, so in the movie, Michael, when he breaks out, he kills a guy in, what is it, like a mechanic shop or something, and then he gets his overalls from that guy, or the coveralls. So he's got like that kind of like mechanic slash janitor costume, gear, suit, whatever you want to call it. And he goes around, starts causing trouble. And kind of the thing with Michael Myers, right? He's real slow, right? So it's they kind of always use that to amp up the tension, the creepy factor, right? Because even though like anybody could outrun this guy, he just, no matter what you do, like you can't seem to get rid of him, right? He's right there no matter what. So a lot of kind of startling moments in the movie, like based on that, right? Because if he could just run, you know, at 20 miles an hour or something, and probably wouldn't have the same spookiness factor to it, wouldn't have the same effect. And in the first movie, he's pretty tough, right? He's I don't know if he's like supposed to be like invulnerable, right? Because he's not like well, it's kind of alluded to, but it's not like really confirmed if he's got like, if this guy's like a supernatural like demon or creature or something, right? He's supposed to be just a guy who escaped from a mental institution, right? So, but there's a lot of instances where, you know, he gets stabbed or hit with something and he kind of just comes right back. So kind of kind of a tough cookie there, right? And kind of like foreshadowing what's to come like later on with some of these like slasher movie villain characters. Tough to kill, nigh invulnerable. Yeah, so at the end of the movie, like kind of branching off of that, he gets shot, right? So, you know, he goes on his tear, right? It's the final boss scene where he's, you know, I think about to take out Jamie Lee Curtis, his character, and the Dr. Loomis, comes in with a pistol, blows him away, shoots him a few times, and then falls over a balcony, right? And they go to check for the body, right? Because he toppled over a balcony. They're gonna go recover him, and the end of the movie, they look over and there's no Michael Myers. So probably means that they were already planning on having another one, right? A sequel. So they kind of leave the ending open, like what happened to this guy. So yeah, it's kind of cool. The doctor as well in this movie, right? This Dr. Loomis guy. So this is something I think makes the Halloween movies stand out a little bit more too, is that he mentions how, you know, when he was treating Michael Myers or whatever as a kid, you know, he saw the evil in his eyes, right, from a very young age. He just said this guy is irredeemable, right? He is just pure evil and needs to be kind of dealt with accordingly. And that is a little bit refreshing because, you know, I kind of mentioned on some of these, especially with later stuff, right? Like when they go, I know they did this in like the Chainsaw Massacre movies. They go way too into like getting all cutesy and trying to like over-explain stuff and trying to kind of downplay evil, right? Like nothing can just be evil. Everything has to be like, oh well, he has every right to act that way because look at his childhood or something, right? And they don't really do that in this Halloween movie. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure maybe in the later ones they did, but yeah, it was just kind of a given that Michael Myers, he was gonna be one bad dude, no matter what. He had the devil in his eyes, right? So, but yeah, with I have my own theories on why they do stuff like that now. And if you look at who runs Hollywood, well, there you go. It's the most evil, scummy people on the face of the planet. So, yeah, they have to overanalyze everything. They can't just say something is evil, right? You gotta go way in depth about all this other nonsense. And anyways, yeah, I'm going way off track here. Let's get this pumpkin shadowed in here, right? So we're gonna use some of our black to kind of highlight around those edges there. So yeah, this is mostly gonna be black, and I'm just gonna use like a darker green here just to kind of do like some of these, I don't know, what do you call them, like are they zits, pimples, like those, the bumps on the pumpkin, make those pop out a little bit because yeah, it's got a lot of that on here. I don't want to hit that with just a black. Give it a little bit more depth. Let's do some scribbles there. They might hit it with a black after. We'll see. Yeah, in the Halloween movie, the original one, pretty pretty well received, I think, by the critics. And actually today, it is in, what is it called, like the National Film Archive or Film Register. So it is preserved in that museum as like an American classic. So that's pretty cool, right? It achieved kind of like classic status there. And then let's just do our letters here. We're going to kind of have to... Oh boy, we're running out of black. Hold on. Get something else. Alright, so this one works. Alright, so we're just going to go over the fine details here, just so that we can hit it all with a fatter black marker after. I don't want to go over these letters too much, make them glow a little bit. Yeah, and this is one of those movies too, for that generation, right? If you were growing up with it, always kind of freaked you out on Halloween, right? Because this was taking place on Halloween, right? Small town America. Did I say Indiana or Illinois? I forget. Same thing. So every kind of American suburb, right? Pretty similar during that period. So if you were out trick-or-treating, that was kind of something. As a little kid, it's in the back of your mind, right? So all-time classic Halloween movie, right? I'm sure it's on TV, right, every year for Halloween. All right, let me just connect my H. Okay, let me just drag that out a little bit more, and then we should be able to hit the rest with the fat part of the marker. All right, and then just want to do, because this is kind of fading into the black here, so I'm just going to make some shadows of this arm, some scribbling, just my quick sketching here. And yeah, so today was Halloween, and yeah, I kind of spoke about spooky stuff, right? Being scared as a kid or whatever while you're out trick-or-treating. And I mentioned earlier as well how I wasn't sure if I was going to do this today until something happened. So yeah, I was on my lunch break today, as one is, and driving back to work. Pretty busy road, 4-lane highway with the median, and I see to the left of me Michael Myers. So a guy in a full Michael Myers costume, possibly it might have actually been the actual guy, because this guy, now if you've ever worn costumes and stuff, right, you know, they seem cool in practice and everything, but like you actually put it on and then it's like, crap, like I can't see, or this is way too hot, or, you know, after like a couple hours you get sick of it. This guy had the full getup on, and it was a very nice day here too. It was like high 80s, which is very unusual for October. And he had the mask on, which I'm pretty sure he can't see too well out of this mask. So this guy, it was not a crosswalk, right? It was just a main highway. Lots of traffic on a Friday too. So everybody's trying to get to the bank or whatever, do whatever they got to do before the weekend. Very busy road, center of town. And this guy, Michael Myers, he was just very slowly, very Michael Myers-esque, just walking across a 4-lane highway. And I'm pretty sure he couldn't see where he was going too well either, based on what he was, based on that mask there. So there was, and here's the other thing too, there was a what do you call it? A mechanic's garage, right? Like one of those, one of like the smaller chain, kind of like auto parts mechanic garage places. So he came from one of those. So he had the jumpsuit thing on there, and was full suit mask. So just like in the movie, he was coming right from a mechanic shop, mechanic garage, walking extremely slow across a very busy road. Again, there was no crosswalk, anything like that. So I thought, I'm like, okay, first off, this is pretty cool, right? It's then I'm like, I want to take a picture of this, but obviously can't really just stop in the middle of the road. And plus, what if that really was Michael Myers? Like, I'd be an idiot just to stop in the middle of the road, right? And let him come after me or whatever. So I kept going, but it really stuck with me for the rest of the day. Either that was a guy dressed up like Michael Myers having a good laugh at everyone else's expenses while he almost dies, almost gets hit by cars. So hey, at least that's dedication, I guess, right? Or was it really him? Who knows? So I didn't check the news yet today. So if anything happened, if there was any poor children massacred, or bunch of teens found dead, yeah, who knows? But if that was a guy playing a prank, I wonder if he's listening to this. You know who you are. I'm not going to say where it was, but yeah, I appreciate a good Halloween prank. I think the world could use more stuff like that. Just people not being so uptight and, oh, think of the children or something nice. I remember when I was a kid, people used to do all sorts of stuff like that to just scare the hell out of people. All in good fun. So, alright, so we're almost done with this here. We just got like a little bit of I'm just going to put a little bit of a halo on this pumpkin here, and then we're just going to fade to black. Okay, so let me get my medium black marker here and just sort of, ooh yeah, that ain't good. We are running out. Well, we might have to do this a different way then, guys. So let's see, what's my fattest graphic pen here? We got a 5. Yeah, even so, this is going to take forever. It's really thin. Oh well, this will be the scratchy punk rock version of the Halloween poster. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. You're gonna have to remind me. No, I was running out of my green on some of those other videos. So you gotta make that Hobby Lobby trip. You gotta get more of these markers, James. You got a channel to run here now, so gotta keep up. Okay, let me just do my border here so I know where it go. Yeah, so we're gonna have 2 more. I got 2 more spots laid out for this Halloween series. So it'll be a surprise. Right? I think we tackled a pretty good variety of stuff so far. Again, wasn't really sure if I wanted to do Halloween, just because I already kind of covered the slashers with Jason, and I even already covered a John Carpenter movie, right, with The Thing. But yeah, today, I don't know. That was a sign. That was God telling me something through his avatar, Michael Myers. So God works in mysterious ways, I guess sometimes. So he made that decision for me. James, you must draw Halloween. It is why I put you on Earth. That's why you're here today. Here is a sign. And if that really was Michael Myers, maybe I don't know. Maybe he spared me. Maybe I could have, butterfly effect. What if I did stop to take that picture, and then and it was really him, and he just took my eyeballs out or something. Could have happened, I don't know. We may never know what happened today. The full story. It's gonna be one of those things I take with me to the grave. Whatever happened that one day on the 4-lane highway, across from the grocery store, between the grocery store and the auto garage. What happened with Michael Myers? All right, and just because I'm getting impatient, guys, I'm sorry, but we're gonna back it up with a little gray, just so we don't have to hit it as hard with the black marker or the black pen, just because I don't want to waste all that either. Just hit some over here. It actually looks alright. It's blending well. Okay. So does everybody have like a favorite Halloween movie? I know there was a bunch of them, and I don't just mean like remakes and stuff too. Like there was, how many did they make? I know they made at least 3, right? Halloween 1, Halloween 2. I know one of them was like really bad, like it was real cheesy and not as serious as like the original one. But